The greatest? I'm the double greatest. Not only do I knock him out, I pick the round. I'm so fast that last night I turned the light switch in my hotel and was in bed before the room was dark. If you even dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize. My toughest fight was with my first wife. And I'll be floating like a butterfly, and I'll sting like a bee. Now, if you don't know who I'm talking about, I don't know how to help you. Muhammad Ali was probably one of the most defining sports characters in the 20th century. His outrageous quips, passion for conflict, trash talk. Ali gave boxing basically a whole new makeover in what's mostly called the golden era of boxing. Boxing isn't too popular nowadays as it was before. You hear of Mayweather, Pacquiao, but that's about it. Back in the day, there were a ton of boxers. They're all just as good as each other, but Muhammad Ali stood out from anybody else if you're thinking about the golden era. And the reason why was not just because of his skill and his prowess, but because of his personality. I've been an avid boxing fan for years, and when I was little, I watched the movie Ali, and I thought Will Smith did such a good job that I started Wikipediaing Muhammad Ali and just started reading about him. Got on YouTube, started watching his fights. Just really interested in him because I thought it was funny because I'm a character, so I thought it was hilarious when I basically saw Muhammad Ali, and I love people who back up basically their trash talk because a lot of people can talk the talk, but not many people can walk the walk. Muhammad Ali definitely walked the walk. Well, Muhammad Ali basically became a boxer, ironically, because of a white police officer who was also a boxing instructor. Muhammad Ali was very furious over his bicycle being stolen. Police officer saw that and said, "You can probably channel your anger in a specific way." Ali had a very unorthodox style of boxing, actually. Usually you put your hands to your face, and you're trying to shield the opponent's punches from your face. Ali actually used his speed, which is why he was really fast. That's what he said in all his quotes. He used his speed and his foot speed most importantly, and actually kept his hands at low. And just use the speed basically to get away from the punches and stuff like that. If you're going to be a great boxer, you got to have great matches, and you got to be the best. Well, Ali was very known for his huge, well-built, well-promoted matches. I'll tell you right now, he probably didn't need a publicist because he basically publicized his own with all his trash talk, just continual trash talk. The first huge match of his career was against Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston was an amazing boxer. Nobody could beat him. Muhammad Ali was a huge underdog. Well, Muhammad Ali was undefeated actually at the time, just coming up in the ranks, and this guy just started trash talking the crap out of Sonny Liston. Actually, his heart pressure was his heart was beating 120 beats per minute, which was twice what you're supposed to. And Sonny Liston took this as he was nervous. Well, that didn't happen because Ali stopped him in the 7th round. Sonny Liston didn't even come out for the bell. So basically that started his claim to fame. In the middle of this, actually, a big part of his life was religion. He actually started going to Islamic meetings and things like that, and which was extremely chastised back in the day. So people were very suspicious of the Nation of Islam, which was mostly African Americans, and it was their kind of their own Muslim religion basically. So that was definitely something. He used to be named Cassius Clay, of course, but not many people know him by the name because he changed it to Muhammad Ali. Basically what happened after that is, in the fight of the century, he actually lost to Joe Frazier. They were both undefeated at the time. That was a big blow for him, along with the fact that he dodged the draft. He said he dodged the draft basically because of his Islamic beliefs and because Islam's believe in peace and things like that. So for 4 years he was basically out of boxing. Well, what happened after that is he lost to Joe Frazier. Everybody thought he was done. Then he had the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire, and this is when he was an underdog again to George Foreman, creator of the Foreman Grill. You know that. Anyways, basically what happened is he let Foreman beat on him until he got tired, and then just took him out in one single blow. So Muhammad Ali was back. He was basically, he was back to fame. Everybody had written him off. Beat Joe Frazier again. Beat a couple of other people again. So Basically, you know, in his whole life, you know, he trash talked so much, it was ridiculous. But at the same time, you know, he was very, very convicted in his religious feelings. It was something that was very, like a boxer called him Clay one time, before the match, and you know, he went after him because he was so upset. He really, really, truly believed in that. His personal life, he had 7 children with 3 women, so that was definitely a weakness that he had. Actually, prior to the George Foreman fight, his wife came to see him, and he had already fell in love with a model in Zaire, and he was just basically like, okay, I don't love you anymore. So, you know, his personal life was definitely marred, I guess you would say, and then, of course, dodging the draft, he was about to go to prison, but the case actually went to the Supreme Court, and it was appealed, and you know, he actually got off, so he didn't have to go to prison or anything like that, or the war. But more than anything, this guy just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. Just a propaganda machine. So basically, I can tell you right now, I don't think in the 20th century, I don't think there was a more defining sports character than there was Muhammad Ali. He was well liked and well received, and at the same time hated by everybody. And you know, that was just, you know, the method to his madness. You know, I end with this basically. You know, he always said he was the greatest because he said, I figured that if I said it enough, I'd convince the world that I was really the greatest. And that's basically what happened. And now we honestly, I mean, if you think of a boxer, the first person you can name is Muhammad Ali. And that's somebody I've always well liked and been very interested in his character and his personality. So.